So with that in mind and kind of advancing that point a little bit further, how can agencies prepare themselves for that prediction, that anticipation? Is there an opportunity to advertise overseas? Is there an opportunity to open up discrete branches overseas? What does everyone think is the kind of sensible strategic move without incurring significant kind of sunk costs in doing it for what could be a speculative short-term move? But what do we think that agencies can do to prepare themselves for these changes?
I mean, my initial reaction when I was listening to Bernie there was that strategic partnerships in European countries seems like the sensible solution. If I was an agency, that's what I would be looking to do, so that I could A, leverage the local market knowledge, and B, also cut some of that red tape that appears that Brexit has brought to the market.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest issue really with kind of international placements, if you're an agency that isn't familiar with it, is kind of how to do it in each particular country. So there's quite a lot of knowledge that you need. And as Tom was saying, I think, partnering with really good, external providers who offer international payroll solutions, they can help you with that education phase at little to no cost. And you would then just need to get an understanding of how the land lies, in each country. So, for example, in some countries such as Italy, then self-employed routes to market are really easy to set up and manage and maintain. Conversely, places like Germany and the Netherlands, really hard to facilitate any form of self-employment, which means you need an employed route to market. So then you'll need to use an in-country payroll provider, if you like, to be the employer of record for both tax and rights purposes. But all of those things can be done and have been done by agencies for donkey's years. It's just there are a lot of agencies that prefer to do what they know, and going to other countries, it's quite scary to think you have to learn the sort of the labor laws and the tax laws of all those other countries as well. But you don't necessarily need to learn them as well as the UK if you're not going to open a branch there, if you leverage another partner. But you've got to do the right checks to make sure that the partner is a good one and is going to do everything that it needs to do by law, because of course the implications can come back to you under a number of different legislative provisions, but specifically things like the Criminal Finances Act, which of course relates to tax evasion, not just in the UK, but anywhere in the world. So, you've got to do it right, but that time investment is worth it when you think, places like Germany, generally you're looking at over 20% markup, which is a lot better than the margins you get in the UK for temp placements. So there's good money in it. You've just got to be prepared to put some work in.
I think that's a very interesting point, and we can perhaps discuss how agencies are best kind of positioned to create those partnerships and identifying their, unique skills that they can bring to EU agencies. But it strikes me as an opportunity, as we're in a period of flux right now with the UK's exit from the EU, that this would be a great opportunity for agencies to be striking while the iron's hot and saying, look, we may have departed from the EU generally, but we still believe in the importance of the kind of European economy for the purposes of hiring contractors and bringing them and working in the UK. So can we kind of explore this a little bit further?
Yeah, I think with regards to, trying to bring people into the UK, agencies still have options, but they would need to, again, look at widening their service offering. So we know that agencies can't get this sponsorship, they can't register with the Home Office and be allowed to sponsor individuals under the points based scheme. However, consultancies can, because they will be employers. So providing agencies are set up to act more as a consultancy, so providing genuinely outsourced services under statement of work arrangements or whatever terminology you want to use, they would be eligible to apply to the Home Office for this sponsorship license and to be able to offer individuals outside the UK roles. The difficulty is, as we know, setting up that service offering in itself is not quick, it's not easy, and it's not cheap. But also, you know, they need to think about the fact that they cannot then engage those individuals as contractors. They would have to fully employ them, and therefore they need to make sure they've got sufficient pipeline of work, you know, from their, you know, under the statement of work arrangements that they've got with their clients to really justify giving somebody a permanent position with them. And that can be a little bit difficult to know and therefore to manage if you're just starting out doing it. But for those agencies who are already moving into statement of work arrangements and are quite familiar and have good pipelines, that is certainly something that they could think about even now.